buddy, I don't even know what to say about this comic book here. The Halcyon Legacy. What can I say? We've been trying to read this dang comic about, what is this? The Star Wars Hotel. They have a comic book, which it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense to me why you would have a comic book to promote your space hotel. Who wants to read about the adventures of a space hotel? But the further we go into this comic book, and this is a real comic book you can buy in the store for $4 an issue. This is the biggest ripoff. This is like, how do you take money from kids? You tell them, I'm going to give you a great Star Wars comic book. And there have been great Star Wars comic books. And they come in, maybe they don't know what the hell a Halcyon Legacy is, and you feed them. First of all, the comic's like 20 pages, which is a ripoff. Comic should be like 30 pages, sometimes 40 pages. Okay, but you give them a 20-page crap story. It's got nothing going on. Look, you got Anakin Skywalker here. You got Padme. You think you're going to get a great big adventure. It's got the classic Star Wars art. No, you're going to get crap. You're going to get a crap, stupid advertisement for this dumb hotel. And I still don't understand why this would make anyone want to go on the hotel. The $6,000 space hotel. Why would I want to go? Because I learned that Padme was there for a day? Anakin was on there for 2 seconds? That makes me want to go? I don't get it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to go through this issue. As I always say, we can't read the whole comic, but we're gonna quickly breeze through. And I'm going to show you, this is the stupidest comic in the friggin' world, this whole Star Wars hotel. No part of the hotel is good. Not even the comic book. Comic book, maybe you could have done something. Anyway, hit that subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button. Join the Veto Nation as we check out. This is Halcyon Legacy number 3. This is the third one. If you've been following our installments, we have gone through parts 1 and 2, and so far, here's what keeps happening. And this is a terrible, terrible plan for how they're doing this, is that they keep skipping around time periods. So you got the main time period where Captain Kevin is fighting some ginger pirate douchebag, whatever. This guy's talking to his granddaughter, and this robot keeps going, if you think what's going on now is terrible, let me tell you about the time Anakin Skywalker and Padme Amidala fight Asajj Ventress. They just keep, it's a terrible framing device that we got to spend 2-3 pages. I don't know why they did this. I guess it's all going to tie together at the end. But we started off, again, it's another 2 pages of the blue lady being mad at this pirate, and they're having a pirate fight. As we've said, I don't know why this artist can't draw mouths on people. All his mouths this looks ridiculous to me. Am I crazy? It looks terrible. So the pirates are attacking. They decide to escape into, I guess, a sun. They put up their full shields, and the pirates go, oh, we can't possibly follow them in there. And what's her name? Again, look at these people and their weird flapping mouths. Your mouth doesn't sit on your face that way. Whatever. Okay, the shields are holding inside the sun. Why don't you tell me about the resistance spy that's on board? And she goes, oh, you know, I didn't want to tell you, but we have to stop the First Order. Okay, well, just focus on that then. If it's about how you got to defeat the First Order and you have a resistance spy, why do we have to keep going back in time? And, I mean, I guess at some point we're eventually going to get an issue where Han Solo was on this thing. Lando was on the friggin' Star Cruiser. When is Luke going to show up? Has everybody been on this stupid spaceship? Okay. So, I think we've discovered now that this grandpa character is a resistance spy. It's always a friendly old man who has all the magic information or whatever else. And he basically said, the robot goes, I don't know if we can survive in this here sun or whatever. And he goes, well, you shut up about that and tell my granddaughter another one of your stories to take her mind off of stuff. And of course the robot, this is the third time the robot's done that. She goes, would you like another story? I'm a storytelling robot. Kid goes, of course, I'd love a story. Give me something with action and romance and Jedi, of course. So the stupid robot goes, well, let me tell you about when the Hutts owned the ship. I keep waiting for something to get interesting. Yeah, you could maybe it is interesting the Hutts temporarily owned the Halcyon Legacy. What did they do? But again, it was just a pleasure cruiser. Nothing about this ship has ever been interesting. It's always just been a floating space hotel. I guess for a small period of time, the Hutts owned it and there was a Rancor on board. How is that relevant to anything? And there's this little hobbit-looking dude, and I guess he's a senator from the Republic, but he might... he's planning to defect and go to the Separatists. So this is during the Clone Wars when the Republic and the Separatists are trying to figure out who's going to rule the galaxy. Okay, And what should happen? Oh my god, it's Anakin Skywalker. Can you believe it? On an undercover mission. I don't know what the deal is with this guy's art. Like, sometimes, like, this looks fine. But then sometimes he draws the... What is Anakin's eyes? Okay, so they're on a secret mission. They're following this little hobbit guy around to make sure, I guess, he doesn't defect. And the plan is that Obi-Wan is waiting for the ship to land at a port, and then when the ship lands, they're going to take him into custody. So you kind of wonder why Anakin and Padme even have to be there at all. I guess just to make sure he doesn't get off the ship as they're waiting for it to reach its final destination so they can take him into custody. Then we have this, I don't know why. I don't know if I like this or I don't. Then they go, Anakin and Padme are like, even though we're on a mission, maybe we could spend some time playing American Gladiator. I mean, here's the problem with this comic, is I'm like, none of this is cute, I guess, but there's no story here. It's just literally, did you know Anakin and Padme spent a day dicking around on a ship and following a little hobbit senator around to make sure he didn't escape the ship? This is not, and also, I'm like confused. Is this something they're going to add to the Star Cruiser? Are they going to add weird waist belt jousting? I wonder if this was some sort of attraction they had originally planned for the Star Cruiser and then scrapped it, but the guy had already started on the comic, so he just left it in. It's weird that they're not showing actual attractions from the Star Cruiser, that they're now inventing this insane, bizarre jousting thing. Who knows? I could see this becoming an actual part of the dumb space hotel. I don't know where they would put it. Maybe they could use that stupid lightsaber training room that looks like a waste of everybody's time. So they end up fighting American Gladiator style, and they knock each other down. I have no idea what the rules are, but okay. Then they go to the famous environmental climate simulator. This is clearly, I mean, they're clearly now have photos of the hotel, and they're using them for backgrounds. This looks like they just traced over a photo of the hotel. This is famously the room where if you want some fresh air and sunlight, you go into this room and it has open windows, and they go, no, it's a climate environmental simulator. And you go, no, we're just outside now. But it's cute. It's cute what you did. And then here, she says, I mean, they're on a mission. They're doing their thing. And then she's like, I know we have to keep our marriage secret, but once in a while, can't we spend a little time? And are they trying to tell me, like, did they shack up on the space hotel? We can enjoy the moment. There's no way the good senator can get off the ship right now. And then they cut away. I don't know. Is this supposed to be what he put a baby in her belly? Is this where baby Luke and Leia came from? Or did we see that in the movies? I don't even remember now. When did he put a baby up inside Padme? At least here, they're kissy facing. They're making love. I imagine they probably shacked up on that ship. That would be a selling point for the space hotel, is each room should say, like, which Star Wars character had sex in there. You go, I want the room that Han Solo and Leia had sex in. Or at least you could put it in the comic and say, let's go to our room HJ92. And then if you're on the ship, you go, ooh, I want to get that room. That might still have Han Solo's cum, drying on the sheets or something. So this mysterious winged ship, which I'm sure if you watch the Clone Wars show, which I don't, you'll probably recognize it, shows up, and this mysterious cloaked figure gets on board. Anakin goes, I sense a familiar presence, and immediately does his big action pose. Oh, something's happening. This is a ruse. The extraction's happening now. Now, this comic is bad at communicating the action, I'll say this. Tell me if you understand this. He takes out his lightsaber. Are you sure the door is still sealed? Not for long. So it looks like he's using his lightsaber to cut the door bolt to get through the door. Okay, but then he doesn't. We don't see an open door in the next panel. We just see a hole. So I guess he went through the door and then found the hole that the senator has escaped through. But you're missing a panel here. You need a panel of them entering the door and looking down and going, "Oh no!" This comic is missing panels. It feels like. Then we have, so the shadowy figure, which I don't even know why she had to, I guess they escaped through the floor, but now they're going to take him through a main area. That doesn't seem sneaky. This also, you have this thing. Okay, you have one panel where she goes, the only reason I haven't killed you, blah, blah, blah. And then his I mean, I know you're showing the action of her behind him doing Jedi stuff and sneaking away, But you could have his expression change slightly. Like you could redraw his face at least. And they literally just copied the same panel 3 times. It looks so weird. So Anakin's here, and he goes, "You picked the wrong side, Senator Dwarfman. But I could also say the same about you." Oh no, it's that lady from Star Wars. All right, again, for you Clone Wars fans, I'm sure you're very excited to see the adventures of the Space Hotel. Oh, all your favorite characters here. Everybody's been on this fucking hotel. Her, Han Solo, Lando, everybody's been here. So that's kind of interesting. He goes from being got his hand forward with the lightsaber, "I'm ready to fight," to immediately on the back foot running away. That's a dramatic turn. Okay. So, wow, this pose. The man's wrapped up like a lima bean. Not too much of a challenge without Kenobi by your side. Okay. So there was a big lightsaber battle on the Space Cruiser. Doesn't that make you want to buy a $6,000 ticket? You can go, "Remember the time Asajj Ventress and Anakin Skywalker fought here?" No, still don't care. And then we get what I think is just terrible dialogue from this random kid. "Wow, a real-life Jedi. I wish I could be strong like him." What? What kind of dialogue is that? What kid sees 2 people fighting with laser swords, and the first thought is, "I wish I was strong like him"? That's terrible dialogue. Then Padme goes, "I knew him back when he was a boy about your age." Oh, we get more terrible mouths from this guy. He loves big old lips on people. And they say we're fighting, and then still in the middle of this, shouldn't the focus be on the lightsaber battle? Not this conversation between her and this kid. See, it wasn't his strength that made him into the great Jedi he is today. It was his desire to help others. No, it was his high midichlorian count. That's it. And the fact that he's a legendary chosen one. You can't just want to help others and become a Jedi. We've established that in Star Wars. Not everybody can be a Jedi. We know this now. So Anakin's having a great fight. We keep cutting back to this stupid kid talking about, "I wish I could be a hero." And then the ship cops show up, and they go, "Everybody stop fighting." Now, again, the action in this comic is impossible to follow. So she's off to the side by the stairs, and the cops show up. She throws a grappling hook and goes where exactly? Where is she going from? Why? Is that just the fastest way for her to travel? Is to get... How far could she possibly grapple right now? 1 foot in the other direction? I guess maybe it's just distracting enough when someone's grappling that then she can get the drop on them with her wop gun. That sounds racist. Her whoop. What is that, a phaser? She's gonna stun him. Oof. Why did she swing? Just because it looked cool for... I don't understand. Why is Anakin not swinging? All right. Surrender now. I won't have to strike you down. Still fighting. And then all of a sudden, a Hutt-type character, one of the Hutts shows up and goes, "What are you doing? Stop fighting on my ship." Again, where did she swing to? She swung to the middle of the room? How'd they all get surrounded? Okay, whatever. So basically, there's a big argument where the Hutt's like, "Hey, we do not take any place in this conflict. How dare you fight on my ship?" Padme is like, "Hey, help us out. Bring this guy to justice. We'll make sure your trade routes are set." He goes, "I have information that can help the Hutts." And Ventress just goes, well, I'm just going to kill this guy then. I guess she just gives up. She's like, "I'm not even going to try and get him off the ship. If there's any chance he might be captured, and give them his information." Stabs him. I was happy to see some stabbing. I mean, I know this is the least graphic way to put it, but at least Star Wars is letting you impale people still. That's good. Asajj Ventress, she jumps off the ship. She goes outside a window. And, this kid's in trouble. Oh my God, help me. Thankfully, Anakin uses his magic powers to seal the broken window. I have no idea what this debris is. It looks like ice, but I assume he's just grabbing stuff from around the room. Terrible. Hutt goes. This is the only time I was like, all right, kind of clever. One clever thing in the book. You ever gratitude as a gesture of appreciation? I'll give you a gift of half price off 1 meal. Like, all right, that's funny. The Hutts are cheap. Not a great joke, but I like that the Hutts are like, all right, I'll give you half price. That's the best. That's the most gracious thing a Hutt will do for you. And then again, we go back to this stupid side theme of, I was scared. I wish I could be brave like you. It's okay to be scared, dumb little kid. Just don't let it overcome you. Because there may be a time that a cause inspires you to be braver than you ever thought possible. This is terrible, terrible writing. Because obviously that kid grew up. He became an old man. And now he helps the resistance because there's a cause. Oh, the bravery of the Jedi inspired me. You could just have that same theme without it beating you over the head. If it's just a kid got inspired by the Jedi, you don't need the kid to literally say, I wish I was strong and brave like the Jedi. Maybe someday you'll have the chance to be strong and brave like the Jedi. Cut to me being strong and brave like the Jedi. Yeah, I get it. I don't know. I guess this comic's for 10-year-olds. Maybe I should be more forgiving of it on that matter. But man, even when I was 10, I would have thought this was beating you over the head. So the robot goes, yeah, that was a good story. What a good story I just told you guys. Again, I like this joke. If memory serves, the discount on the buffet was rescinded when cooler heads prevailed. He took back the 50% off. It's the only thing I like about this book is Hutts being cheap. She was brave because she had to be an example to all of us. Tell cruise director Mock I thank her for her hospitality, but I will be disembarking early. All right, so he's a resistance spy. I have no idea what he's doing. The Halcyon is doomed, whether from this storm or the pirates, but I'm going to do something about it. Okay, well, we'll see what this is. I don't know, man. Nothing about this comic is interesting. How am I supposed to get invested in this old man character when I spend the entire book just flashing back to other characters doing completely different stuff that has nothing to do with the central plot line? Anyway, I hope you guys are excited because the next book is going to have Lando. Looks like it's not old man Lando. It's definitely Han Solo age Lando. What do you call it? Because they've been teasing us. They've been saying we're going to see Han Solo and Leia shack up on the Halcyon. I don't know if it's going to be in the next one. It's going to be a Lando story, and then also this guy, who you might remember, is from the, what do you call it, the Millennium Falcon ride at the Disney parks. He's another smuggler type. I don't know, man. I'm getting nothing out of this comic. I keep waiting to be like, oh, well, that's kind of cool. That's kind of interesting. I understand why you had to set this story aboard this space hotel. But the more that goes on, I go, none of this is anything interesting about the hotel. It's just such a generic setting. The hotel has no history, no special abilities to it. It wasn't like created by the Jedi or the Sith or whatever. It's literally just, we built a hotel. At one point, the Hutts owned it. You know, some other people showed up. This is why people aren't going, why not make the Star Wars Hotel some location that has actual deep significance of some sort? Like if it was a ancient Jedi temple that you went and you stayed 2 days at and you trained as a Jedi, I would maybe be like, all right, well, that's kind of cool. But a space hotel, you have an entire team of writers and artists right now who are trying to find a way to make the space hotel even they can't do it. And they're not, bound by having actors and actresses. They can come up with any story they want. And the best they got is that Anakin and Padme came and played American Gladiators and then boned. It's not interesting at all. It's so boring. Anyway, guys, that's Halcyon Legacy number 3. Let me know, are you excited for the Star Cruiser? What can you say at this point? The only thing I'm waiting to see now is I want to know, did Han Solo and Leia really go to the Bone Zone and make Kylo Ren on the space cruiser? I want to see that. Just a whole episode of them going to the Bone Zone and having fun and making little babies. Guys, if you like the channel, don't forget to subscribe. And if you like good comic books, look at that right there. I'm working on a comic book right now. I'd really appreciate you guys getting on the mailing list, so when my Kickstarter campaign goes live, you guys will be there, one of the first to get your hands on the book, and even get yourself a little discount for signing up early. Just get on the mailing list, join the Super Killer Nation. We got more cool videos coming soon, guys. Halcyon Legacy, what a nightmare. What is this? What are we doing, Star Wars? It's crazy.